Hi all, welcome to the channel, welcome to the workshop. We now have the next 4 issues of FanHomes' release of Build Kit from Knight Rider. Now these ones we did get a free gift. We got our t-shirt, and I think it'd be rude not to put it on. So, yeah, it's a very nice fitting t-shirt, but let's get on with what we really want to do, and that's build more kit. So here we are, the next 4 stages of Build Kit. We're going to start off with a wheel, and we're going to be attaching that to kit. So let's get on with number 39. Okay, so these are the parts we get. So we've got the wheel parts, this little washer, and we got some OM, AM and EM screws. So again, I'm going to do this the way I've always done it, because I found it to be the easier way, and that is assemble the wheel first. So just get some oil, and I'm just assembling these with EM screws. So we've got 3 of those to go in. I've got the tyre currently soaking in some nice hot water, and that makes this process so much easier. So I've got the 3 screws in there, and then I just grab the tyre out of the water, and we're just going to push that on. Just like that, making sure that the bead is all settled around like that. I'll just dry that one off. And so that's the easiest way I've found doing that. So that is the way I always do it. Next up, we're going to get our brake drum, and we're going to be placing that just in there, and then we're going to use some more EM screws to secure that in place. So we have the 3 in there just like that, and then now we're going to be placing this on the car. We just tip that on its side, and that just basically just pops over the shaft there, just like that. Not forgetting the little washer that goes in there, and then we're going to use one of the OM screws to secure that in place. Again, not doing it too tight so that the wheel still spins, but you don't want any of that wobble. We're going to finish off this first stage by putting the cap over. So the fact we've got that cap, I still don't know why they gave us a spare one last time, unless it's maybe for a spare wheel or something, but I don't even know whether this comes with a spare wheel. Just like before, we're going to secure this with 5 AM screws. Obviously I am doing this as per the instructions. I don't have any mods for the wheel covers, and that's the last one going in there. So that is now just like that, and we finally have kit on all its wheels. Right, moving on to issue 40. Again, not much to do in this one. I'm just going to put the anti-roll bar in place on this one, so not much to do at all. I bought my Partwork Upgrades mat up just to protect the top of the engine and the rest of the components on the top. These are the parts we get. So we've got the anti-roll bar, we've got a couple of little struts, and we've got a couple of holders, plus some GM and BP screws. So the first thing we're going to be doing is we're going to be joining these small parts to the anti-roll bar. They do have a little keyway, and there is a slot just here on the anti-roll bar, and we're going to be pushing that just in there. So just like that, and then we're going to be securing those from this side with 2 BP screws. One, and 2. Once we've done that, we're going to be placing it just on the bottom of the chassis. You've got 2 little post holes here and here, and we're just going to place that just like that, and we're going to flip the car over, and we're going to be securing that from above into these 2 holes here, and we're going to be using 2 BP screws to do that. It might be slightly easier if you put the car on its side. You might find you need a screwdriver with a narrower shaft just to get down into the hole. So that is now looking just like that, secured in place. And then we're going to finish this one off with these 2 little brackets that will go over here and here, and I'm going to secure those in with the GM screws. So even with the oil helping to cut the thread, that screw has snapped. So I'll probably end up just putting a bit of glue on that one, because it's underneath the car, you're not going to see it, and I really don't want to try having to tap that. So that's the end of stage 40. So moving on to issue 41. I left the car upside down because the very first thing we're going to be doing is putting the battery cover in place. The other things we got in this one, we got these little stands so we can support KITT. Could have done with that when KITT only had 3 wheels, but never mind. The only other thing we've got in here is a little speaker grill, and that is going to go on the other side, and it's going to go into this hole just here. It is shaped, so it will only go one way round, and it is definitely that way around. Now we haven't done any screws for that this time around, so that just floats out a minute, and that's the end of stage 41. Okay, so we now have issue 42, and this one is a little bit more exciting because we now have some electronic components. So as you can see, we're starting the electrical side of things. We've got various wires and the speaker. Again, still not a great deal to do, but it's getting exciting. So let's get on and do this bit. So as you can see, we've got the main circuit board, the speaker, we've got some cables with some LEDs on it, and we've got some cables there with some switches. We've also got some PM and GM screws, and we've got this little bracket. So the very first thing I'm going to be doing is grabbing our circuit board. and that is going to go just here, just lining up with these holes here. I'm just checking the back of this because got quite a lot of circuitry that's actually exposed, and this is going straight onto a metal bracket. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to get some electrical tape and just cover the back of this, just to make sure there are no shorts with this. Right, so as you can see, I've just put some electrical tape on the back of that, so there will be no possibility of that shorting on there. So now we're just going to place that back into place, and we're going to use some of the PM screws to secure that. And I'm not screwing these down really tight, just enough to hold it. So that's now secured in place. Okay, so we've got the circuit board mounted. Now we need to take our battery cable, which is labelled C, and we're going to be putting it into port C just here. I'm going to run it underneath the circuit board, if this has got enough room to do it. There we go, just like that, so that's run nice and neat underneath the circuit board. Next we're going to be grabbing our speaker, and we're going to be placing that just in here, and this one is labelled S, so I'm just going to find S on here. So this one is S. I'm going to plug that one in just there. Just like that. And the speaker is going to sit just in there like that. And then we're going to get our little bracket here. I'm just going to put that on top of there. Just change the position of the speaker. Just so that cable pops out nicely. And that's going to hold the speaker in place. And just put a couple of GM screws in that. Right. So next we're getting our bunch of cables. So we're going to start with the red and black one labelled A. And this is going to go into slot A on the little circuit board. Which I believe is this one here. So just like that. Right, we're just going to leave that on loose. And next we're going to get our, I think these are door switches. So cables that are labelled B. So we've got a split connector, and we've got an end. So B will be going into slot B. Just like that. And then with the other cables that we have, we are going to be slotting these in on the ends of here. I don't know if it makes a difference. Doesn't really make a difference which way round you put these ones. So just going to connect those up just like that. Or you got one short one, one long one. But up to that point it's exactly the same. So that'll be down to where the wire gets routed. So for the moment I'm just going to tidy those up. I'm just going to put those there. And then need a bunch of wires which has the LEDs. So we have a single wire, and this one is labelled R. Labelled R on both sides. And that is going to go into, surprise surprise, slot R, which is this one just here. And then again, we are going to plug the LEDs in just like that. And that is what it's looking like now. So we've got the LEDs plugged into R, we have the door switches into B, and we have the, I believe this is the scanner light cable, and we have the speaker, and we have the power. And that's all there is to do in this stage and this build pack. What I'm just going to do, just to protect these wires a little bit, I'm going to bunch them together. I might regret this at some point. And then I'm just going to use a cable tie and just bunch them very loosely, and then they can sit just there until next time they're needed. And just so they don't fall off, I'm just going to put a small amount of electrical tape, just that will hold that in place and keeps them nice and safe, and they're not going to get damaged until the next build time. Well, that's it for kit for now. Not very much to do this time round. Hopefully something more exciting will be coming in the next build pack. With I'm sure we're going to be doing a lot more with the electrics, and never know, might even get to test something very soon. I do hope you enjoyed that video. If you did, please remember to hit that like button. If you want to see more of kit or anything else that goes on in the workshop, please remember to hit that subscribe button and ding that bell, and then you'll be notified of future videos. Until then, take care, and I'll see you around.